everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to talk to you guys about 5 categories I believe that we should all have some solid boundaries on. I know I've been talking about boundaries a lot these previous videos, probably because I got to go make some more of my own. But it goes to show just how important having boundaries in your life is. Because having boundaries tell you who is in your corner and who you need to eliminate. So the first thing I would encourage you to create boundaries around is your thoughts about yourself. You have so much power to change your thoughts, especially the thoughts about yourself. When you wake up in the morning and you look in the mirror, what's the first thing that you point out about yourself? Is it negative? You have so much power to change your thoughts. And the way that you do that is by thinking about what you think about. You have so much power to change your circumstances just based off of how you think about them. You have to speak life into yourself. The more negative things you talk about when it comes to yourself, the more you will believe those things as true, and you will live your life accordingly to it. And we think that because we don't say it out loud, that it doesn't affect us. But when you're internalizing negative thoughts about yourself, what do you think it's doing? Like, don't even joke about negative things, because that adds up as well. It seems harmless, sometimes you're just joking about yourself and stuff like that, but you really need to watch what you're saying, because what you're saying can ultimately make you start believing that it's true. So one boundary I will put around my thoughts. For every negative thought about myself, I would declare 5 positive truths. Starting with the phrase I am. So I am enough. I am peaceful. I am a child of God. I am valuable. And I am a solution. I encourage you to make 5 or 10 I am positive truths about yourself. Alright, the second thing is to pay attention to what you watch and listen to. Sometimes we get certain thoughts and create certain ideal wants and desires, and that's all based on what you listen to and what you watch. Yeah, you can have your own desires or whatever, but do you ever just scroll on Instagram and you see this couple with a hashtag relationship goals, and it's something about them that you desire to have for yourself? Then when you get into a relationship and it doesn't equate to what you saw on Instagram, don't you get a little disappointed? I wrote a blog post about creating a covenant with your eyes and what it means. I know, another shameless plug about my blog, but you guys really should go look at it. Because I explained that even Job, yes, Job in the Bible, Job realized that the more that you linger on something, the more it will go into your mind and make you believe that that's what you want, and then it will go into your desires. So to shorten it up, making a covenant with your eyes means creating a strategic plan to protect your eye gates. But don't forget to protect your ear gates as well. Because everything you see goes into your mind, which is your thoughts, and now you're lingering and you're imagining it, and you're just sitting with that idea of something that intrigued you. And then that whole entire idea goes into your heart, which is where your desires come from. And everything you desire goes straight into your actions, how you handle the situation, and how you go forth with what you want. Now, I could take it biblical, okay? There are scripture that support these thoughts. So when you're watching these rom-com movies, you're filling your thoughts up with all these ideas of how love should look and how a man should treat you or a woman should treat you. And when it doesn't show up in your actual love life, you're questioning if it's actual love. So just take a little time to assess between if what you want is because of something you have been listening to or watching versus your actual standards and the actual things that you desire. Because we can get influence from anywhere, from the media, from church, a TV show, and past experiences. So who are you today? And that brings me into my next point. Are your beliefs, values, and opinions your own? I mean, let's be honest. All of our thoughts come from somewhere, or someone else's thoughts. But what matters the most to you? What makes you you? Are you being fed your beliefs? Are you believing, saying, valuing something because someone else that you admire is doing those things as well? You start to believe certain things because you either want to be like them or you want to be liked by them. I want you to know that you are allowed to be you around people who aren't on the same page as you. Decide what you will and will not stand for. Don't switch it up because someone else did or because you saw it somewhere like that. Switch it up because that's who you are. One thing I absolutely cannot stand is people who believe that you have to be exactly like them, especially people that's supposed to be your friend and ask you out and stuff like that. It's almost like you're shamed for being a laid-back person. It's almost like you're shamed for not being a down for whatever type of person. There should be a level of respect for who you are. You are unique and you just have a different perspective on what's enjoyable. You get to have that because you get to have and honor your own beliefs, thoughts, and values. So refuse that people who don't believe that you can have a different perspective than them not have much, if any, of your energy. So the fourth category is to schedule a declutter. Do you ever feel like your physical clutter makes it hard to think? Your physical clutter can possibly be a visual of your mental clutter. I know because I have a bedroom full of clutter and my mind is everywhere. But this method of decluttering isn't only limited to physical clutter. Do you ever feel as though you have multiple tabs open in your mind? Almost like you're clicking back and forth to other thoughts. Possibly other things you have to get done. Possibly other things that you have to schedule for. It matters to give yourself a day to declutter from your thoughts. So what I want you to do is choose 3 to 5 things that matters most to think on for the week. And create smaller steps to make them happen. I need you to write it down in a planner, on your calendar, and possibly in your phone too as well. But before you do all that, you should journal to clear and dump all your thoughts onto paper. I personally don't have a set time when I journal. I journal when I know I have to see my actual words on paper. And to be honest, it brings out a lot more than I thought that I was thinking on. So it's up to you. It could be once a month. It could be once a week. It could be every day if you're one of those type of people. Or even every 2 weeks. Just clear your space and clear your mind and make room for purposeful ideas and thoughts. And for the people who don't necessarily like to write, you're not a writer, you can do a video log or voice notes. Record them on your phone. Send it to your email so you don't have all of that taking up space within your phone. So last but not least, know your personal limits. How long have you stayed waiting for someone when they said they'll meet you somewhere at a certain time? For me, it depends on why they were delayed, because they could have been in traffic or anything like that. But it will also depend on if they called. If you're messing around with a person who doesn't at least call to let you know that they're not going to make it at the time that was agreed, that's a person that don't care about your time. We like to equate struggle love with romantic relationships, but let me tell you something. A friendship shouldn't be that hard either, and we should have some mutual respect for each other. Moving on. How much sleep can you get away with? People like to brag that they can run on about 3-5 hours of sleep. Look, love, God created rest for a reason. Not saying you shouldn't have moments where you sacrifice your sleep for what's important, like solidifying a business idea. But know your limit and don't feel like you're missing out or you're doing something wrong when you are able to get the full 8 hours recommended. I think God knew what he was doing when he created us to need rest. So a few other things you have to know your personal limit on are social media and TV. How much can you consume of that? Someone adding more favors to your plate than what was previously agreed upon. If you could think of any other things that we can begin to assess what our limit is, please leave a comment down below. So, in conclusion, please make your boundaries known. People cannot read minds. You'll have somebody crossing a line and not even know that that was a line. But don't get me wrong, sometimes you don't know until that person crosses the line. Then when that happens, make it known that that's not okay. Just be realistic and vocal about it. I know I said in my last video that you have to be uncomfortable to receive growth or actual real change. But your energy, your peace, your soul, and your mind. Oh, don't forget your heart. Those things are sacred, and most people aren't qualified enough to interrupt those. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.